My name is David Cheney. My stage name, some of you guys might know me as David Correy, and my substance of choice is alcohol. My life before I got here, in my eyes, my perspective on it was I was thriving. I was doing everything that I dreamt of doing. Music was my life, and it led me to some amazing accomplishments that I'm super proud of. And I was a finalist on the TV show X Factor. I was the global ambassador and had the official anthem for the World Cup and the Olympics. I signed my deal with Coca-Cola. We traveled all around the world, over 40 countries. It was euphoric. I mean, that's what you know, blood, sweat, and tears for, sleeping on the side of highways, bathrooms, whatever it took to get my voice heard, because I bet on myself that much if one person heard me, it would change my whole life. An orphan from a favela in Brazil, to have the opportunity to come over to America with the most beautiful family in the world, I was elated. I was encouraged, I was strong. It was when they died, back to back. My mom died of cancer when I was on my world tour. I had to come back, and my dad died Christmas Eve night from a heart attack. And I felt like I was an orphan all over again. It was detrimental to my health, and it landed me in the abyss. And I felt like I was in a crowded room screaming and nobody could hear me. I mean, I have spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on alcohol. And because of the industry that I was in, it's so easy to get it. It's so accessible. And then I'm a manipulative individual within my addiction. So everything, it was this, but I need ... Alcohol this, alcohol that. And it got to the point where it was so sloppy and so evident, you know, I'd always stand on somebody. I always had to wear glasses. I'm stumbling. I don't remember the lyrics. I don't remember where I'm at. You know, went to the point where I used to drink with people, and then the isolation and being reclusive took over. Then the physical appearance changed dramatically. I was 167 pounds when I went on X Factor. When I stepped into DreamLife the first time, I was 102 pounds. So now it's becoming physically noticeable. Certain people like, dog, like, you on coke or something? Like, what are you doing? Like, this is getting bad. I looked like a skeleton. I hated myself. I hated everything about it. I was just so good at smiling and putting on a show, because that's what you do as an artist. And that's when addiction turned real bad for me. My breaking point of coming in here was, I was in New Orleans with my wife. I'm binging all day. And I get caught real bad. We have a really bad argument, which I'm really sad about, because I said a lot of things I regret. And obviously, that's my rock. Her and her family saved my life. If I didn't have her and her family and our son, I don't know how long it would have taken to come into recovery. But it was the best decision I ever made. This is the first time on both my parents that I feel free to say I am an alcoholic. But this time I'm retired. But it's going to be a lifelong journey to remain that sobriety. And I encourage anybody that watches this to understand how important it is to reach out when you don't feel strong enough. Because sometimes we're taught that reaching out is we're weak. And I felt like that. I'm like, wait a minute. Nah, I'm this. I don't need that. And every justification in the world still running from the fact that this is what you are. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about this. But the first time I walked in the doors in 2020, I have never been more frightened in my entire life. Forget crowds, singing in front of people, forget anything that I felt would bring my nerves up. My anxiety was on 1,000. I felt beaten, I felt weak. I was bawling my eyes out on the way there. When I got in there, I could not accept that it really was that bad for me. I mean, I stayed up and cried all night, man. I was like, yo, how did I get here? And then I just began this level of hate. This I hadn't addressed, and it was just brewing and brewing and brewing. And just that feeling of letting my parents down, knowing that they're not here on this earth anymore, just feeling like I was a failure. And the only thing that made me feel comfortable was the staff. They were there, they were understanding, they were caring. That's what made it more comfortable for me. And when you come in there, this place, there's so much love and fellowship that the community was there for me. Like, they embraced me, but I just wasn't ready. I still had that, I need to get this out of my system. And 2 years later, here we are. This time when I walked in, I was on a mission. I was like, I'm going to squeeze every single thing out of every person that I value or their story can touch me in some type of way to never go back to who I was. I honestly did, I only lasted 14, 15 days last time. So the fact that I'll be on my almost 35th, 36th day when I walk out of here on Monday, I am so proud of myself. This is the most proudest thing I've ever done as an adult as David Cheney. All the other stuff means absolutely nothing in here. You learn to value life. I took so much stuff for granted. I'm learning to live with less. I'm learning to expect less, but expect more of myself. And meaning to expect less of like, everything's not gonna go your way. You don't have to micromanage life. Life is not fair. But how do we cope with that? What are proper coping skills? The breathing skills, all the techniques they give you here, meditation, tapping into those dark fears to finally address them, because us addicts are so fragile. There's so many layers to the onion. We just keep peeling it back and peeling it back. And then as your brain clears up, you're starting to remember stuff that you're like, dang, wow, I remember that. Because our brain is so distorted. But the one thing about rehab I will say that you do need to expect, if you're ready, that every day it's a twisted ride. It's not like this. You're forced to deal with all your emotions. They want you to get that stuff out of here. They don't want you to suppress it because we go into isolation. And this time has changed my life. The coin out, getting my diploma, feeling proud of myself, and giving you the tools to deal with the real world, because the real world is cold. The way the real world is gonna hit you is gonna be curveballs from left and right. It's taking the stuff that we learn here and applying it. And still being happy. Like, and recovery has to be number one. But for me, it is. But I don't want to lose sight of all the great, amazing things that I've been able to do and can still do just soberly. As I've been here, I feel like my purpose is shifting, like recovery and putting that into music and speaking to people and being proud to stand up and say, hey, this is what I am, this is what I went through. If I can do it, so can you. I'm in the best mental space of my life. These people here that work at this facility care, and they made me believe in the old David. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this journey takes me, and I encourage all of y'all to take this journey with me. But this ain't my outro. This is my intro.